call for South Africans to go out in their millions to register to vote. Gearing up for next year's elections, Build One South Africa unveiled its voter registration poster, encouraging South Africans to seize this weekend's opportunity and register to vote. Their first choice of place in the Gauteng province, Maipuye Primary School in Tembisa. Party leader Mmusi Maimane says this primary school is still a crime scene, and if residents here want change, they must vote in their large numbers, and it starts with registering.
This weekend is important for all of us as South Africa as we prepare for an election next year, because change must come. You cannot ask people who are criminals to investigate themselves. We have to come back down now and today and say, young people in this country, the future is indeed yours. They must register to vote, and I'm encouraging young people to register to vote for change, and to build a South Africa that works for all.
Maimane says it's becoming clearer every day that South Africans want change, but power remains in their hands.
People are sick and tired of politicians who only come during elections and then they forget about them. We must be a government and working that is permanently engaged in our communities. And then lastly, it is important, particularly for first-time voters. They must know their vote can change things. Often when I speak to young people, they tell me, but what difference will it make? I want to say to them, your vote matters as much as anyone else's.
He also says the number of political parties registered for election doesn't bother him.
There'll be a lot of organizations that come into elections, right? But what actually needs to happen is that people follow people. They follow leadership that is trusted. They follow leadership that is ethical. They follow leadership that hasn't stolen its money. From my perspective, there are only 4 people contesting. In my view, either you support the incumbent, President Ramaphosa, as recent polls show that it's either President Ramaphosa, Mmusi Maimane. You can mention the other ones, either from is it John and then Julius. But in the main, those are the choices people face.
BOSA leader says as much as coalitions are the future, political partnership should be based on the notion of putting people ahead of political differences.
We scare people into the belief that coalitions don't work. Coalitions work. When in 2016, we formed a coalition in the city of Johannesburg, it held and it delivered for the people. The change in Cape Town was a matter of a coalition. It held. Some of the coalitions that are not working now, some of them have everything to do with the fact that you have some parties who come into it with just the interest of looting, etc., etc.
SABC News, Johannesburg.